Hello and welcome. In this video, we will see how we can fetch data from any API into our Airtable. To do this, you need a new custom block called as API connection. Go to this airtable.com/developer/blocks documentation, click on guides and go to building a new block, and then go to the section titled as starting from an existing block. Here, when you create a new block, you have to say that you want to start from the existing Airtable API connection block. I will paste this URL in the description. Now, when you start your block from this, it will look like this. If you successfully install the block, it will look like this. Here, I have already added 4 API requests, and in this demo, I'm going to add a 5th API request. So let me start by creating a new request. Every request requests the API URL. This is the endpoint of the API. If there are any headers, you can add them. You have to pick a table, which is the Airtable, where you want to save the data, and then you give a name for saving the API request. Now, for this demo, we are going to be using OpenWeather Sign up for an account, it will be free, and then go to API. Click sign up again. It will say you are already signed in, that's good. Then go to API keys, and here is your API key. We will need this for later, so copy it. And now go back to API, and we will fetch the data for current weather data. This is just a sample. You can use any of these APIs here. Let's go to API doc, and this is how the API looks. It starts with api.openweathermap.org/data, etc. It takes one parameter, which is the name of your city, and the API key. So let's add this to our API connection block. I will first paste the API key that I copied. Go back here and then copy this whole query until app ID equal to. Go back and paste it in the beginning. Remember to set the protocol as HTTPS/data weather q equal to. Here we will give the name of a city. Let's say San Francisco, California, US, and app ID equal to this. Okay, we don't need any headers. We need a table where we want to save the data. Let's create a new table called as weather. I don't need the existing notes and attachments. All the required columns will be automatically be created. Let me give it a name called as OpenWeather, and I will hit save. Now when I save it, it shows up here. I can click it and go back to this. So now it is saved. I forgot to set the table. Let's set the table as weather and save it again. Now when I hit fetch, it will fetch the data from this API and populate the table. So let's see. It's fetching the data. Response is not JSON. Oops, sorry, there was an error. Let's see what went wrong. Okay, let's continue. There was an error, so we got this error message. I know what the error is. The city name of San Francisco has a space, so let's save it again and fetch the data again. Now successfully fetched data, and it is, if you see, it is creating the fields for us automatically. We will parse the JSON, and based on the JSON data, we will automatically create all the fields that are required. Let me minimize this for a little while. Okay. Now once all the columns are created, once all the fields are created, it will start populating the record. And as you can see, it has populated the data here. We had first 3 records which were empty. Let's delete them, and that is why it populated these 2. Now only the first time it has to create all the fields, that's why it's slow, but the second time onwards it will be much faster. Now I'll hit fetch, and there you go, the data is already here because the fields have been automatically created. Okay, that's it for this video. So basically, if you have any URL, then you can paste it here and you can fetch the data into your Airtable. Thank you for watching. Bye.